So far today it's been a wild ride, I guess you could say. We've been averaging over 6 knots for the last couple hours, easily. Even got up to 8 knots at one point.
We're chasing the easy life. We're chasing the easy life.
Good morning, everyone. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning here in Scotland, and we are planning to go ahead to Gopher Island. The weather this morning is not as lovely as we would like it to be. It's raining out there.
The weather gods must have been happy with us, because as soon as we set off towards Ireland, the rain stopped and the clouds parted, revealing some beautiful skies.
I'm going to show you a little rainbow of Scotland here.
The rainbow brought us some good sailing for a couple of hours, then its power ran out and the Irish Sea took hold and gave us a small taste of the power it holds.
So far today it's been a wild ride, I guess you could say. We've been averaging over 6 knots for the last couple hours, easily. Even got up to 8 knots at one point. But, I mean, the sea state here is real choppy. We're in 18, 19 knots of wind. We're getting bumped around pretty good, but I mean our speed is, like I said, it's really good. I'll show you what it's like, but I don't think the camera will pick it up at all. At least we're making good time towards Ireland though. So, like I said, hopefully it dies down a little bit, because going in 24 hours like this would not be fun.
We got some big swells. We are having a speed of 7 knots to a wind of 21, and every once we get hit by a big swell and we have up to 30-degree beanie. I don't think if I can show for the window, but
We got a couple of hours more until we make the turn into Dublin. But the last, I'd say, 12 hours, it's just been a pounding. We've been pounding upwind, and the sea state has been really rough. So neither one of us got any sleep, and then plus we think we got a diesel leak down somewhere, so it just kind of smells like diesel down below, so neither one of us can really go down below because it just triggers seasickness. But on the upside, we've been hauling ass. We've been averaging over 6 knots, 6.5 to 7 knots the whole way. So there is that. Way over here in this area, I kept seeing diesel leaking out here, and we got a really bad diesel smell. And I'm thinking what happened is, way back when we were entering Torrey Cove, we had a bunch of diesel leaking here when I had to tighten up the return lines. So I'm thinking that some of the diesel leaked in here, got trapped in here, and then kept leaking out once we got really rocking. That's the theory, but I'm going to double check to make sure, see if I can't get inside here somehow, clean out the diesel, dump some soapy water or something like that, and then I'm going to have to check in there and make sure, because the only other part would be the diesel tanks leaking, because all this is completely dry, so there's no diesel leak in here. But that would either, if my theory is not correct, then that would mean that the diesel tank is leaking somewhere and then dripping and then coming in here and dripping out. But I find that highly unlikely. Like I said, I'm going to but undo all the stuff in there so I can double check way deep in the bilge to make sure.
and what estimate of time do we think this is? Boat time? Is this project of ours?
Yeah, it'll take about 5 minutes to check and about an hour to pull everything out.
Okay. Whether I want to or not, I am stuck on the couch, and I will show you why. You have these things in the way, and the floorboards are open. Hopefully it doesn't need help, because it's going to be hard to get up.
Well, good news. Here we are. Right back there where the hoses are, you can see that's where the gas tank is. So right underneath there would have leaked out. I didn't find any diesel coming down here. and it goes into the path there, which then leads to right there, which then goes out. So, good news. No leaking from the diesel tank.
Little did we know at this time the diesel tank was leaking, but not in the typical way we thought a tank will leak. This problem was created a year before and would raise its ugly head once we started to cross the Bay of Biscay.
I'm pretty certain that my theory was correct. I went ahead and poured some soapy water down there just to rinse it out. You know, since it's open, might as well clean it. So now the fun part is to put everything back. We can say we're finally in Ireland. Yesterday, after 36 hours, we were just too tired. We just took a shower and then went straight to bed.
So we slept like 12 hours.
Yeah. So now, after doing a little cleaning in the boat and everything, now we're ready to go out. So we finally made it to Ireland. Now we're gonna walk up into town and just enjoy some sights and see if we can't find a pub.
That's gonna be the hardest thing.
Yeah. Where are you at, Anna?
Guinness store, Guinness brewery.
That's right. We're in the Mecca, the Holy Land, Anna.
Yeah.
Finally!
The Guinness Brewery is set up as a self-paced tour. As you walk your way up on each floor, you learn about the history of Guinness, the ingredients they use, the commercial mascot used to promote Guinness, and you even got a taste tasting of Guinness. Finally, on the top floor, when you are parched from all the walking and learning, there is a Guinness bar. Here you can grab a nice cold Guinness while overlooking Dublin.
Good morning. It's another beautiful day here in Dublin. About 25 degrees, sun is shining. This is the first real warmth that we've had in, I don't know, a couple months actually. So we're on our way to the Teeling Distillery to get a whiskey tour to see how they make that.
I'm not seeing how they're making it. I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna drink some whiskey.
Sorry for that interruption. Anna was being obnoxious.
Teeling Whiskey Distillery opens its doors in 2015 as one of the first new distilleries in Dublin for over 125 years. During the tour, as they explain how they distill the whiskey, you are able to see the actual vats and the process used to distill the whiskey. At the end, they teach you how to smell and taste the whiskey. Since Clyde does not drink whiskey, I got to enjoy not only mine, but his as well.
I love it. Yeah, I do. It's really good. It's really good whiskey. 'Cause I don't like the smoky whiskey, so I love this. I like this blend. I like this. Really good.
After a few whiskeys, Anna got a little frisky with the statue, and then we had to make a quick exit out of Dublin.
Here we are leaving Dublin. The Poolbeg marina. And the day that we leave, there is really not much sun. The rain is coming in. So I guess we picked a good day to leave. If you think that weather-wise, we had such a good time here. And especially since we have family here too, and it's been a joy to be able to see them and have us showing us around.
We're here in Kilmoore Quay, and it's it's got some big fishing boats here. Got some action in the harbor, 2 fishing boats are leaving, or 1.
Leaving Kilmoore Quay, and this is how the fishing boats moor up. Narrow. Wasn't expecting that, were you?
A little tight squeeze there, but I just imagine how do the other boats get in and out then if they're like that?
This morning we left the Kilmoore Quay.
Kilmoore Quay.
Kilmoore Quay. I keep on saying Quay. Kilmoore Quay, apparently. Kilmoore Quay. Lovely little town. Seems to be like a little fishing town, summer town. Really nice. And now we are leaving to Crosshaven. we have about 15 hours ahead of us. So we will come in. We left at 9 o'clock in the morning due to tide. We couldn't leave that much earlier unless we didn't want to have the tide against us, which we do not. And so we're going to be in very late tonight. We are in the channel coming into Crosshaven.
As night was settling in over Crosshaven, we were closing in on the marina to call it on a very long day. The next week would be spent with family and prepping for the crossing the Bay of Biscay. If you enjoy our video, don't forget to like and subscribe.